And I'm assuming making his first live television interview, I know for sure, in Athens, Alabama, right next to
That's
ZYP
right.
and the Cooper and Company ZTV 11 studios, our friend Mike Curtis from Lauderdale County. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, you two.
Yeah.
Good to
Mike, you
see
still a show a
you.
long time ago in Florence when you were county commissioner, then later state representative. Why now are you deciding to get back into the political arena?
Well, if you'd have told me a month ago that I was going to get back into politics, I said, you're crazy. But, you know, Tammy Irons was the senator, and she decided about
At the last minute.
last minute, but she said it's just not going to be feasible with my law practice to come over this way, and with a new district which stretches in toward Memorial Drive.
Right.
And so, hey, we just jumped in and said, well, let's hold her nose and do it.
Now, you have an opponent. You got
Yeah.
a guy that you know, a friend of yours.
Yeah.
And whoever wins that. Can a Democrat win? I know Tammy's done a great job, and her
Right.
polling numbers were
Her numbers were
supposedly
strong.
almost unbeatable.
Yeah.
Can another Democrat, with that in place of her, win this thing in
Well,
November?
As you know, it's amazing because Republicans, you know, they're either moderate or conservative, but all Democrats are liberal.
Right.
Well, let me tell you something. I guess you consider myself a moderate Democrat. I'm pro-life, NRA member. You know, we've got to come out and let people in the state of Alabama know that, you know, we don't necessarily agree with what's going on in Washington. I'm sure Republicans don't necessarily agree with their Congress, what they're doing.
I have to agree
But in
there.
the state of Alabama, we've got to cut out that supermajority down there. And I'm telling you, when I was in the House, we had a procedure, cloture procedure they call it, where you cut off debate, and you know that just ends it, and the bill passes. You pass it on either out of the House up into the Senate. I think we had figured we had did 2 clotures in my 4 years down there. Talking to Marcel Black over the years, he'd been down there about 25 years. He said we may have clotured a total maybe of 10 times. Well, this supermajority's already clotured over 300 times.
Yeah, how?
Now,
Goodness.
hey, that's not good government. I mean, you need to debate a bill, and you need to discuss the bill and get everybody's opinion, whether you're for it or against it. And, you know, one thing I always did as a Democrat, you know, if a Republican bill or an independent bill was good for my constituents, I voted for it. Robert Bentley and I, he co-sponsored several of my bills. I co-sponsored several of his bills, and so you know it's a different atmosphere down there now. And I just think we've got to get that supermajority out where we can debate more bills and get the issues out.
Are you saying, and I agree if you say this, but I mean, most Democrats that are running right now are mislabeled in the state of Alabama. Big time.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like Republicans are trying to scare everybody, thinking you don't want this Obama, Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid type person
In that
representing you. And that's not true.
No, that's exactly right. Some of the when I ran and got defeated there in
In
10,
the sweep, you don't
well, had my picture, my arm around Nancy Pelosi. Like I don't agree with that lady. Let me tell you,
You ever
she's
met her?
way out there.
You ever met her?
No,
Okay, there you go. Never had your pictures taken with her.
no.
But yet they showed and they portrayed that.
Yeah.
so
But that's what they try to do.
Yeah. And
It's like they're bullying.
oh yeah.
yeah.
And let me tell you something else, Jamie and Gloria, that I'm campaigning on. If we had this both statewide and up in Washington, we wouldn't be in the mess we are right now. And I'm campaigning on it, term limits.
Oh, yeah.
And my pledge right here to Limestone, Lauderdale, and that portion of Madison, if these people decide to elect me, and if I do a good job, and really, I'm going to stand there 2 terms and I'm out. Now, I'm going to file if I get down there.
Don't let Roger Bedford hear you say that.
Oh, I know it.
He's been down there since I was a kid.
I know it. But let me tell you, is anything going to get done down there? No. But you can lead by example. And so I'm coming out now and saying, I'm going to lead by example. I'll be in there 2 terms and I'm out.
What's the biggest, besides running as a Democrat, now, everybody wants to be a Republican, and Republican Party kicks people off that unfairly, as they did my brother.
Well, half of the
for doing
Republicans,
that.
though, now
Half the
used to be
Republicans here
Democrats.
used to be Democrats, and they got elected. Yeah, the ones that are in there don't want the ones that ran against them to be able to have that same privilege. But you're going to run as a Democrat. What beyond that do you see as being an obstacle that you've got to overcome to win this thing in November?
Well,
Or run in June 1st, right?
Basically it's voter apathy. Unless it affects you, most of the general public, they don't vote. And either, I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, or Independent. Vote. I mean, that's your right.
What is it, Mike, for the people who don't know you, and what is it you want them to know about Mike Curtis as we go through this campaign with you?
Well, I just want people to know that I'm fair. I told somebody the other day, it came up and said, in fact, they were Republicans, and they was asking me about it, and I said, listen, always as county commissioner, always as state representative, if you had a problem, when I'm in there, it's no parties. Everybody deserves to call whoever their elected official is and be able to get results or an answer, regardless of what party affiliation you are.
Of all the people, Tammy Irons, as she just let everybody know 2 weeks or a week prior to the deadline to qualify, why did she choose you?
Well, and I say we got another opponent in there,
right.
So
But she personally called you.
Well, yeah, but I think she also maybe called the other opponent, which is fine, and Tammy and I served together in the House. And I know she is an excellent lawmaker. And I'm telling you, very sharp. And, she knew, and she knew some of the problems that she'd experienced down there with the supermajority. And she just knew that, we got to get somebody down there to, in fact, keep this seat and keep debating, being able to debate those bills. And hopefully that'll help. We'll just have to see.
So you're going to be stretching from Lauderdale County all over to some portions of South Madison County.
Yeah.
And basically a lot of Limestone County.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think...
so the little portion of Madison is the upper northwest corner and goes down just a little portion into Memorial Drive. So it's a good...
and Arthur Orr's got the Tanner area, so you've got north of there. So
and I tell you, Arthur... Orr is a good guy.
Great guy.
He and I have.
Really
I
good
knew
guy.
Arthur when I was down in the House, and I really respect that guy. I really like Arthur. He's a good man.
So you feel good about getting out and, at 40 years old, you feel good?
Not this early.
Well,
I remember, you know what I miss, and I've got to say this right here, and you know what I'm fixing to say, is our buddy Keith. Man, I tell you what, I think about him.
I know, we do.
You can't think about him no more than I do.
And, boy, what a great job you did. I may get you to do my funeral.
Well, if you start getting sick, start writing me some notes. But
Tells everyone that.
I do want to say this. We had, and we didn't videotape it because I didn't want people to think we should. But I had more people the other night. Yeah, I wish we had it now. But people came up, even from Lexington, and said, that was the funniest, most heartfelt funeral they'd ever been to.
But I'm telling you what, the ending where you said, let's give him a standing ovation. He would have loved that. And I mean, that was great that y'all come up with that.
I told Jamie, I said, how many times...
She didn't know I was going to do that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't tell her nothing about what I was going to do.
And, maybe that person didn't deserve a standing ovation, but everyone in that room knew Keith did, and they loved him.
Oh,
so
yeah, and Keith... he always, with Bryce playing at UNA, he always said, well, I coached him.
Yeah.
When we had that little Cooper and Company show.
Little.
Yeah, big Cooper and Company.
Did you play basketball with us, too?
Well, yeah, that shows how well I scored.
Well, that's because Travis was taking all the shots and nobody else could get the ball.
Yeah, that's right. And
But you know, we had 1,500 show up one day for one of those games.
well, that was at Rogers.
Right.
One of my wife's, Janice's special ed kids hit that half. He still talks about it. Hit that half court.
We've got that video, but old Keith would take that jacket off. You know,
Throw
Keith,
it down.
I was talking about him yesterday. Some
Yeah.
people from Shoals area were at the ribbon cutting at Tanner Clinic, and they were talking about Keith, and, you know, he would do anything for anybody, but thanks for the compliments about the funeral. And any of y'all out there start getting a little ill, sick, or whatever, you
Stop it.
give me your notes, and I'll write something good about you, and I'll get through it and do it if I can. Well, Mike, good luck. We look forward to helping you with this deal
Well,
here, and I know you'll
thank
be
y'all.
on there with us. Mike Curtis, State House District 1. Running here. And
And you got to say it for Bryce.
get out of here, Bryce. Is that what you want me to say? Yeah. You was just a kid back in, I'd say that. We don't use it. Senate. What?
Senate.
Senate.
Senate. What did I say?
House. I don't know what you said, House.
Senate. Yeah.
Senate.
Well, if you'd send me some correct information,
Well-
your campaign manager over here, I wouldn't have to make it up myself.
Hey, make a note. We need to deduct from professional pain.
Y'all remember Mike? State House, District 1, running the
That's
Senate.
State Senate.
Good to see you.
You got the wrong one. Thanks,
Yeah.
Brad.
Yeah. It's good to see you, Mike, as always.
seeing y'all.
What, you got a problem with early mornings?
I do. I tell you what. When I got up,
You should have
this-
slept in the car last night out front.
When I got up this morning, you and I could have been twins. But
Well, you should have come on in with it.
It was up. I mean, it was out there. I like that, though.
I like waking up in the pup tent myself. Right now, we'll take a break for the day. We'll see y'all bright. Hey, coming up tomorrow, the roller derby girls.
They'll be
in
there.
here tomorrow live,
Oh,
skating
yeah.
up a storm. We'll talk to them tomorrow too. All right, don't forget Allied will be with us, making their first appearance on the show tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be here.
You need to get them under your house. You give them a call. Right now, we'll get out here for the day. Y'all hang on for tomorrow.
Bye.